Hello, this is Kylie J.N.S. and today I want to cover a pretty important topic based on something that I saw that went viral regarding like these fruits, these different types of fruits in our food supply. And so I want to talk about, you know, this thing of the Apeel solution, this Apeel product, as well as like this fake food that we've been seeing. Well, it's not, I won't say fake, but something is off with the food. And so, first, matter of fact, I'd rather show you what I'm talking about. Let me make sure. Yep, I'd rather show you here first, and then we'll discuss what the Apeel is, the safety representation of this Apeel ingredient that's been being added to all of the fruits and veggies in various stores. So we want to discuss what Apeel is, the safety misrepresentations, rather, as well as the claims. We just want to take a look at that. So what I really want to show you, look at this right here. Now, the claim is because I want you know how they do community notes and everything. I do want to
For some,
I do want to preface you with saying that even in this comment section here, many of the people were saying, like farmers, people that deal with fruits, because they were saying it was just unripe. They were saying that's not true. And so look at this for yourself. And if you do have experience with unripe fruits and veggies, maybe you can elucidate more on what this is. But there were people that said that they know unripe fruits, and that it wasn't a matter of it being unripe, that there's something more sinister going on. So what I want you to do is just take a look. Again, we're discussing Apeel, this idea of fake food, and that being a harbinger for the collapse of the matrix. Like when your food supply looks like this when you know when there's something severely wrong. But look at this.
serious reason, in the past few months, there's been loads of videos popping up all over social media of people buying what looks like fake food.
That looked crazy.
It all started just a couple of weeks ago in the United States when several people started noticing that there was something off about the watermelon that they were buying on the supermarkets.
So I got this watermelon up, and I like to rinse my watermelon before I cut it, and it's like pretty. Does anybody has problems with their watermelon like this? Oh my gosh.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
There are dozens of videos where people buy watermelon from the supermarket and it looks strange.
Okay, does that look like an unripe fruit? And did you see the way that I know you guys probably just like want to get through it, but did you see the way she picked up that
a couple of weeks ago in the United
fruit?
States when several people there's been loads of videos popping up all over social media of people buying what looks like fake food.
Look at that. That is not real, guys. That is not unripe. Look at that. That is not unripe. But let's get back to the point of what they were saying. I want you to actually see it. I don't want to interrupt the video. Okay, here we go.
There's been loads of videos popping. There are dozens of videos where people buy watermelon from the supermarket and it looks strange. Sometimes it looks like plastic, sometimes it makes these weird noises, and sometimes, or many times actually, it feels as if it's made out of rubber.
So I cut watermelon for my kids, and they're all bringing it right back, saying they don't like the texture. And I've seen enough videos of people posting rubbery watermelon. I can't believe I got one. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so far before it will break.
But it wasn't just
That's not
rubbery. There
how
was something
watermelon
else
does, and
about the
you guys know
watermelon that
that.
was bothering a lot of people.
Okay, y'all. I threw this watermelon out over a week ago. It smelled really good. Bought it from Walmart. Cut it open, and it was like plastic. Tasting it was absolutely horrible. I didn't really know what to do with it, so I threw it outside. This is a week later. It looks like mud. What's going on?
It was pretty obvious that there was something off about the watermelon, and a lot of people were noticing it. But here's the thing. It wasn't just the watermelons.
Now, when avocado is unripe, it snaps. It doesn't bend, and any farmer will confirm that.
But we're also noticing the same thing happening with avocados.
Same with unripe banana. Unripe banana will be green, and it will snap. It will break. Same with the avocado, but it's not breaking. It's bending. This is not an unripe banana.
Blueberries, bananas, and the list goes on.
We got it from the supermarket, but when she opens it and she breaks it in half, it gets very tough and doesn't really break. And when it pulls, it's like it's glue. It's very tight and doughy. It looks very, very fake and Play-Doh.
In this next video, Ari Osborne explains how she bought blueberries in the supermarket. When she gave it to her kid, she noticed that one of them looked like it was made out of rubber. Check this out.
It's left in her little bowl, and I put it down the drain for the garbage disposal. And I push the button. It's doing its thing, but there's a clanking, and it sounds like something's stuck. So I go in the drain, and there's a blueberry that's not breaking apart. It's not. I pick it up, and why is there a rubber blueberry in my toddler's snack?
She cut it in half, and it actually looks as if it's made out of silicone or something like that. Strange, isn't it? But it gets even stranger. In this next video, a woman tests out the food in the supermarket using a magnet, and this is what happens.
Look at this shit. Put a magnet that I got from here into the great chicken. Try great. Look at that shit.
After these videos were posted and became a viral sensation, it made a lot of people ask the same question. Are we possibly eating fake food?
Okay.
What's your take?
So y'all see that for yourself. What do y'all think about that? Now, they try to say the food isn't fake. It's just the effect of it being unripe or has been frozen. Here's the thing. That watermelon, that look like it's skin. And like that's they lying about that. This community, no, I don't trust that community, no. Because the comment section is saying that unripe fruit snaps. Like the unripe avocado snaps, it doesn't bend. Same with the banana.
Posted and became a viral sensation. It made a lot of people ask
this is not that's not how watermelon's supposed to be.
Same question. Are we possibly eating fake food?
Look at that. Come on. That it does. We grew up eating that watermelon. That is not how watermelon's supposed to look by any stretch of the imagination. And so that's not a matter of unripe or frozen. That's not even what a frozen watermelon would do when you unfreeze it, when it's thawed out. That's not what a frozen watermelon would do. So when you look at the comment section, a lot of people were saying, that it was not unripe and that there's something wrong with it, and so we don't really need to pay attention to that because everybody had their opinion, and they're going to send their gatekeepers or they what do you call them? Information. What's it called? Fact checkers. That's what I'm looking for. They're going to try to send a fake fact checkers to try to assuage public opinion or placate public opinion about this, because this is going viral. And this is not the first video I've seen on this stuff. So my personal opinion is that they are messing with the food supply. This could be 3D printing, some type of chemical, but I think that they are experimenting with growing types of fruits and veggies in the lab or adding some sort of chemical, or another thing is they could be doing some genetic not geoengineering, but like genetic splicing and genetic engineering with the watermelons, like, and in the fruits. You know how you want something to be more green, you can alter the genes or whatever. But a lot of times you playing with God and you playing with science, and these folks don't know how to do that properly. We all know about the hybrid fruits, and back thousands of years ago, people would do hybrid breeding of certain fruits to get new things. Like the beet is a man-made fruit. A lot of you guys didn't know that. It was made thousands and thousands of years ago, but it was to increase sugar content in starch so that you have more energy. And so that's why the beet was even created. Same with like broccoli. A lot of people don't know that. Grapefruit, peppermint, golden seal. Those are man-made, but they were made thousands and thousands of years ago to create more nutrients. Because a lot of times it was a nomadic lifestyle, so you had to have a lot of nutrition. So you wanted to, if during, and then they were doing like agricultural things as well. We moved from nomadic lifestyle to agricultural, and you still wanted to maximize that nutrition, maximize your complex starches, maximize your glucose, whatever it was. So beets is just one, but now obviously people want to avoid sugar, people want to avoid starches. But back in those days when food, you had a certain amount of produce, there wasn't mass production of food, you had to wait for the harvest and shit like that. And so you wanted to maximize that nutrition. So beets were one. I know that even like the carrot being orange, carrots are originally purple, but there was a genetic alteration to get the carrot orange. Same with corn. Corn was originally purple, and then you got yellow corn. So humans have a history of, experimenting with the food supply, but they always did it for the better, in terms of increasing whether that be the fat content, the sugar content, the nutrient content. Because I know with grapefruit, that was to like increase, I forgot one of the minerals. It was something, how grapefruit probably got like some sort of antioxidant or free radical, something in it that I do know. I forgot the name of it though. They wanted to increase the content of that. Could have been something like potassium or something. I don't quote me, but they would do stuff like that. Like, if we need this, if we combine this with this, we will get more potassium. If we combine this with this, we'll get more magnesium. We'll get more vitamin A. We'll get more vitamin C. We'll get more complex starch. Will keep us going, give us more energy. And so that's what we were doing back in the day with the genetic splicing. Today, they doing some old other shit. That's not what they're not doing it from the goodness of the earth and from the goodness of humanity. They're messing with this food supply to increase profit or to, it's to increase profit, and it's not for the benefit of humanity. It's to make more money, and it's to, like you see on your screen, create more effective supply chain solutions. And their claim is that this creates a more sustainable global food supply. Look at this, through our plant-based protection and AI-powered tools. So, I mean, that fruit that that you just saw on your screen, that shit could be 3D printed. It looked like 3D printed. They 3D print meat, and whatever that, if a human can get a 3D printing machine and print out a food, what do you think that, those at the higher levels may got that they may not be revealed to you yet? They probably already have been working on this. They already growing meat in a lab. You already saw that, how they can take one cell of an animal and shit and try to grow a steak with it. We've seen that. Y'all think I'm playing? Let's go look at it. Let's go look at it together, because this is serious, guys. So, let's see, lab grown meat, the meat of the future. I think I had saw this one. No, this was 8 years ago. I want something a little more recent. But you guys see what I'm saying. See, large-scale lab-grown meat cultivated in a meat factory, FDA approved. Okay, so the meat now is being FDA approved. It's a lot going on. Why is a dinosaur on my damn screen? I'm trying to just see. I just want to show you guys. But we were used to always hunting and gathering. Now this is your new form of where you're gonna get your meat from. This is what they're trying to do. Obviously, you don't have to go for this, and you can pull out completely. You don't have to support this. You can demand something different as humanity. But this is what they're trying. Look at this shit. Does that look like something you want to eat? They're gonna grow your meat in that, and then you're supposed to eat it, and it's supposed to be on par with something, say, that a natural animal can give you, a free range organic animal that's eating its grass. Look at that. You know, they want to compare that to that damn lab, and that's the lab grown meat, and that's what the FDA is gonna approve. It ain't even gonna cook the same. It's not gonna taste the same texture either. And so they getting kind of crazy with this, and they on their last string, and that also that 3D printing of the meat. And once you start going that damn fake, they trying to get you into like a digital matrix world. It's already a matrix, but they kind of digitizing this with this meta stuff, and then with this, as you can see even on your screen, it said this Apeel, fresher produce made possible by smarter, more effective supply chain solutions through our plant-based protection and AI power tools. Maximize opportunities at every stage in the value chain. That's relating to profit and corporations. They ain't got nothing to do with helping humanity. Then they want to sit up there. They keeping it honest, but then they want to sit up there and claim that they're working on climate-related challenges. They want the 3D. This is some type of, what kind of chemical is this? Grow, increase crop varieties and quality, ripen longer, expand varieties, store and pack, increase saleable volume, store more, better quality, reduce overpack, repack, innovate your ripeness with management, right track. Optimize your logistics for better returns, shipping for the more efficient, reduce rejections. And so this ain't got nothing to really do with humanity. Plant-based post-harvest coating. They want to put like this weird coating, plant-based protection. Okay, so let's read it. Apeel is derived from a variety of non-GMO, sustainably sourced plant oils. Avoiding and eliminating the presence of allergens is considered throughout our manufacturing process. We regularly test our products to confirm the absence of allergy-causing compounds, so that all remains is purified plant-based protection that improves shelf life, extends quality, and consistently outperforms other post-harvest coatings, traditional waxes, or no protection at all. Do you as humans want protection? Wax on your motherfucking fruits and veggies. This is for the corporation so that they can make more money. This ain't got shit to do with humans. Well, what is a coating, a wax ass coating with weird oil on our damn fruits and vegetables? We didn't ask for that, but they trying to tell you that that's what you need. This is the waxing coating, I guess, that they making. You clearly see that it's made in the damn lab. You know, I could see, you know, you had some sort of herb or whatever that can prolong it, but that's not what this is about. Okay. So let's see. Our ripeness management solution. Measure, monitor, ripeness dashboard. Maximize. They just want to maximize their profit. You guys all know that. This ain't about helping no damn climate. This ain't about helping no damn humanity, because you didn't ask for this. About no, and this is Bill Gates stuff. If y'all didn't know what this was, this is by Bill Gates. And so I noted that many labels are using, you know, many grocery stores are using this Apeel. I know Kroger's is one. They're saying Whole Foods, it may be one. But oxygen stays inside, moisture stays inside, oxygen stays outside. So it keeps fruits fresh for longer, thanks to the help of a little extra peel. I mean, fruits ain't supposed to just last no damn long. Like if we had, you know, like fresh, you know, the local farmers market and growing our own stuff, shit going right. You got to get to it. That's about flowing with nature. You know, it's about the flow with nature. You know, you got a certain harvest period. You know, you get what, 60 days, 50 days. You may get lucky if you're in the South. You got a season. These fruits got a season. These vegetables got a season. That's what you guys know all that. I don't need to even reiterate that. There's people that got way more experience in that than me. There's people that do the farming. They love that shit. And so they definitely know about, you know, the harvest season and the season of each plant and whatnot. Grapefruits and avocado or watermelon. And so what they're trying to do is extend the life of this stuff. Well, we don't care about that. If we got fresh fruits and vegetables, we're gonna go to the grocery store and and buy those fresh fruits and vegetables. We don't care about no coating on the food, and we don't care about it being longer. If you got to make sure you eat it within the week. You guys know that. Now lettuce will last in your motherfucking refrigerator for a whole month. It's not like cabbage lasts longer anyways. Like you got things like your cabbage and your carrots. Those are things that's kind of that you can sustain through the winter. I remember back in the day, when it would get cold, people would just put their fruit, when they didn't have refrigerator, put those type of fruits out or vegetables out, just out by the window. But as far as, certain fruits and roots or vegetables, they're going to last longer. I'm not talking about like a cabbage or a damn carrot. We're talking about stuff that's supposed to be rotten, and banana rots real quick. They want to make this banana be lasting for 3 weeks and a month and shit. And strawberries, these things get mold on them and stuff. They don't want that. They want fake food, like stuff, a weird ass wax coating. They want to mimic once again, mimicking the cuticle layer protective skin on produce. You see it right there in front of your skin. Learning from nature. No, you're trying to reverse engineer some shit because you can't ever recreate Mother Nature. You can't recreate her. So we don't even need this. Someone add in a microscopic extra layer of what already naturally exists on fruits and vegetables. We don't need whatever God put on it is what is already sufficient. Whatever is already on there is what's enough. So what the fuck is y'all talking about? It's for corporations to make more money. And they again, this is how you know there is a collapse of the matrix when they start doing bullshit like this. You see that fake ass looking fool, because God always gets the last laugh. She always gonna get the last laugh. So if she knows y'all sitting up there trying to tamper around with shit and mimic nature and reverse engineer nature, let's create our own cuticle. Whatever was on his motherfucking fruit was enough, because you want to line your pockets with fake ass money, with fiat currency. You want to sit up there and tamper with humanity's food supply, and that shit's not cool. You will make more money and have more longevity if going with the flow of nature. Y'all just greedy. And y'all gonna get y'all comeuppance, because if you wanted to have engage in a free market and do and show and again, I'm not just like with my bloodline on my patriarch side. We used to have that buggy. One of the names on both of my bloodline is literally means those that carry a cart makers, and they have a cart. So there are in my bloodline, in addition to all the things I had told you before, with military priesthood and the names having like a more spiritual connotation, like Jordans and all that stuff, and my other last names I won't get into, but like another one of the names of the bloodline come from, because in the South, in Alabama, on my patriarch side, generations back, obviously these generations back, they would carry a buggy with fruits and veggies, because we had a farm, and so they would grow all the fruits and veggies and then go throughout the town on the buggy and horse and do like one of them free markets. I'm not free market, farmers market type thing, where they would, but they would go house to house on a buggy. They had like a luggage and carriage, and actually saw some of this listed on like some census paperwork. This was like listed on some paperwork as far as the job they would do. And then also when you sign up for military back in the day, they also will put what you did as your occupation on the old slips that was like handwritten. This is like old stuff. They got all this stuff, Black Americans, you do a genealogy, you find this stuff. And they would do the fruits and veggies and bring them into the town. And many Black Americans have that experience with either doing some sort of farmer's market, local farmer market. Sometimes you had to go and travel into the town. Sometimes some Black people just had their own grocery store. And so we know what this stuff is supposed to be doing. And we care about being in tune with nature. And that's how people survive. And so these corporations, they just think about profit and greed, that they just want to worry about the maximization of produce for their pockets. We ain't asked for no coding on this, but my thing is, you get humanity upset enough, then they're gonna either harshly reject this bullshit and start to big up them local farmers or whatever, and want to protect the farmers. go to a farmer's market or try to use, or go to a store that has organic food that don't use Apeel, that don't use all this other bullshit. And people gonna be checking this stuff now. People are going to, it's going to backfire. It's not smart. It doesn't have longevity, because we see people are not going to eat that damn 3D printed food, no lab grown meat, none of that bullshit. If you know your practices are not sustainable long term and or in alignment with the climate changes and the earth itself, then you got to change. You can't try to alter fucking nature. Your ways got to change as humanity. You can't try to alter motherfucking nature to change with your wicked ass, with your unsustainable practices, Bill Gates and all these motherfuckers. That's crazy. And so we've had enough. We're saying enough is enough, and we're not going to be using no weird ass waxes on our food and all this shit and 3D printed watermelons. That's crazy. And I'm very upset to even see something like that. The avocado bending, that was not how banana ever in our life did. You don't ever just bend no banana and it's bending like a damn rubber toy and shit. It always, even when you get they said it's unripe. Okay, it would have been green. That banana would have been green as far as the peel, and it would have it still was snap, just like avocado snap. It doesn't bend when it's unripe. And so they trying to get in front of this and, it's just unripe. Oh, it's just unripe. Okay, we need all our farmers that have experience growing this stuff naturally. Y'all got to come out and tell us, like, okay, is that true? Because it was people in that comment section that said, no, I have experience growing avocado. I have experience growing watermelon. That ain't got nothing to do with no unripe. And they were saying, no, the banana was ripe. So people are trying to, dupe us. And so look at this right here on your screen by AP News. So this is AP Fact Check. Post misrepresented safety of produce protecting solution from Apeel. Okay, what's this? A safety data sheet for Apeel Sciences, a company that makes a protective coating used to keep fruits and vegetables fresh, show that the product can cause eye damage and allergic skin reaction. So AP's assessment is they saying that it's false. My thing is, y'all fact checkers, y'all don't be knowing nothing. I don't believe you are qualified as an AP assessment. You're not no motherfucking scientist background or no medical background. As far you are a journalist. What is it? How can you how can you say that claim is not real? A safety data sheet for Apeel Sciences, a company that shows that the product can cause eye damage and skin allergic reactions. It probably can. Okay, so the facts. California-based Apeel Sciences market that its plant-based solution can keep fruits and vegetables at their prime longer, and that it's edible too. I don't believe no wax. What's the ingredients that make up Apeel? Tell us that. So this chemical makes things last 3 times longer and cannot be washed off in the U.S. and Canada at the moment. And this is Bill Gates. If you see Apeel logo on any fruit and veg, do not buy it. This is a Bill Gates and WEF company. This chemical makes things last 3 times longer and cannot be washed off in the U.S. and Canada at the moment. A tweet reads. The tweet includes a screenshot of a safety data sheet for a product called Apeel. The document includes hazard statements that causes serious eye damage and may cause an allergic skin reaction, and harmful to aquatic life with long-lasting effects. Okay, so let's look at what the document said. The document being cited, however, is not from Apeel's Apeel. It was uploaded online by Evans Van Odeen, a Utah company that manufactures a product called Apeel that is a hard surface cleaner. That company logo and name appear on a safety data sheet as well. Apeel Sciences represented. Okay, yeah. See, they'll do some damage control. And when y'all start getting your allergies picked up, and you're using these Apeel fruits, you most likely will see that it was the result of that chemical. The percentage emphasizes the product is not related to the cleaner and is safe to consume. I don't believe that shit. They always gonna try to get you to. Let's actually look Apeel ingredients. Let's look at the ingredients. We should be able to find what makes up the Apeel, right? If it's so natural and it's so mimicking nature and all this stuff. Where the fuck is the ingredients? Okay, let's see. I'm still looking to see if I can see some ingredients. That should have popped up just so easily. And then organic food it can technically use this Apeel, from what I'm hearing. They said that Whole Foods was trying to get on it, or they may have already started to use their stuff. I know the organic food at Kroger's uses it, and they'll say an Apeel product. Now, food coating has been around for a minute. We do know like there have been waxes on like apples and shit like that. But this shit like Bill Gates, I wouldn't trust it, man. Edible produce coating. Are fruits and produce coatings allowed on organic food? See, yes, with some restrictions. A coating will not be allowed if it contains one or more ingredients that are not allowed in organic food. See? It is in organic food, this stuff. And so shit is getting real, you know. They want to 3D print shit. They want, and that's the sign of the collapse of the matrix and someone trying to hold on for their power. Because if you're going to produce something that is not in alignment with nature, and you see nature doing one thing, trying to send warning after warning, Mother Nature, Great Mother has been sending warning after warning that we have to kind of find a new way of doing things, you know, as far as the way we grow our food, the way we consume, the way we treat our animals that we eat and whatnot. And what they want to do is do the complete opposite still, to find a workaround so that they can keep their profits, when the earth's vibration is raised so much where, like, I could tell you what Mother Earth, I know she would love to see more fruits, natural fruit trees all around America. She would love to see a lot of community gardens that you can just go to outside and get fruits for free at community gardens, like maybe one in every neighborhood, our own, you know, like that type of shit. That's what they would like to start to see. And so they completely just go in the complete opposite way. It's completely the opposite way. And people are getting concerned. And, you know, even now they want to creep this shit into the organic stuff. We don't know what's in that Apeel. I still have not been I've been still looking for the ingredients. You literally, you see me trying to look for these ingredients. Okay, look at this. We might have found something, guys. We got to be on the FDA. We on the FDA, Office of Food Safety, Office of Food Additive Safety. I actually want to save this. Okay, Apeel Sciences notice submission for a mixture of mono A glycerides derived from grapeseed. It's a mixture of mono A glycerides derived from the grapeseed. We all know the correspondence. Cover letter Apeel Sciences, monoaglycerides, Apeel mixture. So it's a mixture. So let's actually look up to see what monoaglycerides are. Because again, these people is not playing with humanity. They want humanity under, just like that shit you see over there in China. They want that in the US. And they want complete control, complete surveillance, complete, like, it's they want control of his food supply. Like, they doing all types of crazy stuff. Now, what is the definition of this? Okay, let's go to Wikipedia to see if we find something. So monoglycerides, which are composed of a molecule of glycerol linked to a fatty acid via ester bond. Okay, so it's used as a suffocant, usually in the form of emulsifiers. That really doesn't tell us what it is, though. You know what I mean? Like, we know. I mean, it's trying to just. A glycerol contains both primary and secondary alcohol groups and two different types of monoglycerides may be formed. So it's a combination of this stuff, I guess. They're naturally present at very low levels in some seed oils, such as, but oils, when they say the grapeseed oil, a lot of that stuff is extremely processed. So they want to put the processed shit on the organic fruits and veggies, the suffocant. And so, you know, in lieu of what we saw, with this shit right here, you just gotta ask yourself. You have to ask,
few months, there's been loads of videos
is this something, is this a system you want to participate in? Because this matrix is going to continue to collapse. See, 2024, yeah, we just saw that debate. That debate looked crazy. I mean, obviously, we would say that Trump won, but it just felt like acting. Like, I don't know, it just didn't feel like real. And I actually want to give some pointers for Trump. I'll do that probably in a separate video though. But yeah, that debate with Biden, I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, we used to look forward to the debates. So a lot of us, we were watching that shit and we couldn't even get into it, or it just felt too fake. It just didn't feel, it felt fake. Obviously, Biden looked crazy up there and looked a mess. I mean, Trump won, obviously, but to me, I felt like both was left less than stellar in terms of being left with what they were going to do with the American people. Like they spent so much time trying to downplay one another on a very 3D level instead of telling us what they was going to do for the American people and shit. But like, that's just one example. So now you got this food shit looking crazy. You're about to have lab grown meat. You got fake fruits and veggies. You got a fake, it's stuff just look fake. Am I the only one? Like, this is what happens when you have 15-minute cities and they're going to do with this AI stuff and these robots and all the shit that they coming out with. It's a fake meta world, and so we have to, as humanity, we have to be very clear on our limits and how far we want to engage with this technology, and even with this system. We have to crave out our own system, because this fake stuff, this is a challenge for humanity in America. Like, we got to step our shit up, because I'm telling you this, it's just going to only get worse and worse, because we're calling humanity to a higher consciousness and to a higher ascension. And then you have nefarious factors that is in government rather, that do not want that. And so it's always a fight for the minds and hearts and the souls of humanity. So it's a fight for the heart and consciousness of humanity. And so you have to be aware of that, because you're going to see this collapse continue. This is the beginning of a collapse. When you start seeing fake ass shit like that, they trying to hold on for dear life, because they can't raise their frequency to align with what the rest of humanity wants to do. There's a lot of humans that will not mind growing their own motherfucking food, going to a farmer's market, going to a local farmer up the street or something and grabbing their food. They're trying to get something organic. Americans will go for that, especially if it's affordable. And so they trying to tell us, like, okay, this is the new thing. You're going to have a new waxing coating on your food. And I will tell you this, anytime somebody give you something you didn't ask for, you should be suspicious. Anytime somebody give you or try to convince you to do something you didn't think of, or convince you to, or try to give you something you motherfucking didn't ask for, remember that in life. When people try to give you shit you didn't ask for, always go on alert. Generally, especially when it comes from like shit like with corporations and all this stuff. The food lasts longer. We don't give a shit about the food lasts longer. We want it to be fresh and in tune with nature. We want it to be electric. We want it to give us our phytonutrients, our free radical, our antioxidants and shit, our phytonutrients and shit. We don't give no damn about no fruit lasting no longer. Now, if we buy it, you got to eat it within a couple of days. I went through plenty of throwing away of fruits and shit because I didn't get to it in time. That's why I like to do frozen shit. I like to freeze my fruits and veggies, and that way it'll last longer if it can go in a freezer. It's a lot of stuff they want to play around with, and they're going to get their comeuppance, and this stuff is going to backfire. If someone said you got to raise your frequency and your vibration, and that humanity is naturally going to be raising in consciousness, that these corporations got to too, or they just going to get left behind. It's going to be so obvious, the shift in the shift in resonance and the divide. Like, it's gonna be like, you ever saw them? Damn, what's that? It's like an eclipse, but it's like a graph. What's that graph called? Where it's two circles eclipsing each other. I'm trying to look for eclipse. It's not the right word though. I'm trying to look for it right now. Two circles. I'll just put overlap and see what's the word for it comes up. Overlap. What is that? Okay. Yeah, the Vesica Pisces. That's what it is. This is what's going to be happening. But this is going to separate more. We got some years. Like, you see how this is. What's going to happen, though, is that these two circles, they're not, because this is where we at now. We got those on the other side, which is like more of the matrix. You got those that's in the middle. They going back and forth, in and out. And then they got those that's at a higher ascension, a higher level. So these are represent states of consciousness. Look at this Vesica Pisces as a states of consciousness. As far as, look at the pink would be like a heaven, more attuned with nature. The yellow is in the middle, and then the blue would be more of the matrix. What's going to happen is these two circles are going to push farther apart. So it'll start to look like this. Then it will eventually go like this, and then it will eventually have more space. It'll completely separate itself. And then more space. This is what's going to happen as people go into a higher state of consciousness, and those that's in the lower, you're going to eventually funnel off. This is what and I'm telling you. And so as we're right now, we're here, as you start to see, I would say give it 2024 to 2036, you're going to see more of the collapse, the matrix collapse. And you don't want to be on this blue side when this stuff is going. You want to stay in this yellow, you can jump over still. But eventually it's going to be harder to jump over to that other side. You're going to have to the jump will be farther the more this separates. And so that's where keeping your consciousness high, your frequency high, vibration high, and working in love and stuff, focusing on your own divinity, focusing on yourself and things that matter, being mindful of your distractions, being mindful of things that we all know we need to work on, including myself. I'm definitely not perfect. I was pissed this week. I'm in a much better spirits, but we go through it at times. June has always been a hard month for me for whatever reason. It's probably the Sumerian solstice and shit, and I just feel more spiritual attacks in June. But this is Sumerian's summer solstice, so a lot of Sumerian magic is done at this time on the chosen ones. If you guys didn't know that, so if you know that you are, like, say, a chosen one, a target individual, or a black sheep, you may notice the summer solstice kind of fuck with you, spiritually a little bit. You may notice this, this is something to pay attention to. It gets better around the Lionsgate portal, but you might propel quantumly during that Lionsgate portal. I want to say that's August or July. Don't quote me. But anyways, this is going to start to separate. So I would say by 2028, you going to realize this shit is so fake, it's not even funny. You thought you saw that debate and was like, oh my gosh, that looks so fake. Like, oh my God, this look like the world is a stage. Like, this shit don't feel real, that type of thing. That just don't feel real, because you realizing that this the fucking matrix. You're going to be looking at that food. The food going to be looking fake as fuck. And the watermelon going to be looking fake. That's when you realize, okay, you still up in this matrix. You got to get to heaven, or you got to get to a higher state of consciousness, rather. Now, a lot of us are in the middle. Some of them, if you say you're in the middle, but you closer towards the matrix, you want to move up towards this pink. It's like, say you towards the blue, you want to move up towards that pink. As far as if you're in the middle here, and you want to go further to a higher vibration, a higher frequency. You can say that's 5D, 60, 70, love frequency, heaven state of mind, or whatever. But this is what you're going to have to do. Or if you get stuck over in that blue, and then we start to separate like this, you pull apart, and the jump is going to get bigger. And so I'm telling you, only got to 2036 to really get this done. 2037 is going to be a hard year for anybody that's a chosen one. 2037, but we also got to 2029 as well. I know we got a 7-year period of them trying to really snatch souls. Body snatching or whatever they can do is getting people to take an oath to the system. They got a 7-year period, and then their energy is going to just plummet. There's things that's going to happen where you'll realize that you're not able to do that anymore, as far as the apparent It's going to be very, very apparent. And that's 2020, because that was in 2023. So we got to 2030. So 2030 and 2037 is going to be big years for us. They are in the period of where they are scrambling. So 2030 is when you'll notice, like, say, if you're being psychically attacked or you're going through things, as far as if you feel like you may be dealing with DEWs or you may be feeling like a targeted individual, you'll notice around 2030 is when that shit will die down, or when you'll see like a lot of things just stop, because 2030 is when galactically some things are going to happen. I'll just say that. Then 2037, they have a year in 2037 to really go hard, because that's when certain alignments happen where their occult magic is most powerful. They're going to try to go at the chosen ones again at 2037 in a big way. So prepare yourself for that. If you deal with, say, a coven after you, or you get in cyber stalked or targeted harassment, that they want to pay attention to those to 2037 as well. But yes, focus on that high vibration. This is stuff I'm definitely speaking to myself on this. I'm still small, so I'm pretty much just reiterating my message for myself is to focus on that high vibration, that love frequency as much as possible, and to monitor, like, if you're feeling more emotional, if you feel angry, address it, cry out. Cry is good. Like, if you feel like, don't hold in your tears. Don't go to like trying to do like emotional eating or emotional distractions. And I'm good for that too. Like, chill, take some deep breaths. Maybe take 1 day or 2 to get your shit together, 3 days to get your shit together. But if you definitely feel like tears in your body, let that shit out. Like, if you feel like tears about you want to cry, do not be afraid to just damn cry. Okay, because we got to get these frequencies high, because this is how we destroy the fake ass matrix. This is how it becomes less relevant, or our vibration is so high they have to do what we say. And that's eventually, right now we're not in that stage, but I would say 2028, 2030 is when you'll realize that. 2032, 2036, when you realize they really have to do what we say. You're going to see it shift. You're going to see, if you're on the side of the matrix, you're going to see that matrix look more and more and more motherfucking fake. More and more and more and more fake. If you're on the side of heaven, you're going to see more and more and more things look amazing, because you're going to see portals open. If your vibration is really high, you'll actually be able to see into other dimensions, literally, physically. Like, you'll see a portal. Like, you watch that show, His Dark Materials, and you see how there was a portal. I'm not saying go near it and go through the motherfucker, but I'm saying some of you will see it. Now, if somebody in 3D, they're not going to be able to see that. So if you go to your friend and say, hey, you see that? They may say no if they're not on your frequency. If you're on a high frequency, you're going to start to see that. You're going to start to see parallel universes. You're going to start to see actual like portals and shit. Things that different types of beautiful things that you've never seen before. You may even be able to like have like psychic, what is it called? It's like a tube from the eyes where you can see into like certain planets and stuff. Like, you'll be able to see into the surface level or tap into the energy of certain planets, but you can see it through like a tube in your eyes. You know how like you take a telescope, obviously, but you won't need a telescope, is what I'm saying. Like, you know how you have telescopes so you can see certain planets with a telescope. You're going to be able to do that with the naked eye. And we're talking about far out planets. Like, you'll be able to use your eyes as telescopes all the way to see Uranus and shit. For those that get a really high vibration, you will be able to. And so you got to 2036 to get your shit together. And I'm not really talking to humanity so much as like these powers that be. Like, it's going to be so obvious that people are going to check out, and it's going to be a split of silos of consciousness. It's going to be only silos of consciousness, or our vibration is going to take over this fake ass matrix vibration, and it's going to be a hostile takeover. We're thinking of separating, but we will consider a hostile takeover of the system. But it gotta become so apparent to the human race that it's fake, and then at that time, that's when they're gonna want to naturally go towards more holistic things that are in line with Earth and that are in line with nature. So if y'all want to let it get this bad, we will allow that too, and then we can come in and do the hostile takeover and then get this shit looking right. That's definitely a plan B. We have not decided which one we're going to do. Are we just going to separate the chaff from the wheat, which technically is you can do that now, but we're talking about like systematically, like do we wait, let this shit crumble, and then go in for the steal, not the kill, but the steal, and then get this planet back on track with nature. Yep. So that's all I want to cover today. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. You guys be easy, and watch your fruits, man. Watch your labels and all that stuff. Okay. I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye.